Hey guys, it's ACairconditioner and welcome back for another episode of Genshin Impact 1.6 event focusing on the Midsummer Island Adventure. Last time we were able to complete the third part of the main story where we discovered what that samurai actually is. It is an inhuman automaton named Maguu Kenki, which we don't know what its purpose is and the reason why it's here of all places. But we're able to activate him and actually fight him. So, and this video will actually be focusing on the next missions. Very similar to the very first one, main cannon make ready fire. We have samurai sighted to arms, and this requires us to fight this thing 3 times total. And I'm going to be showcasing the last 2 fights. Also, we have this event right here. Now, the funny thing is, if you do really well on your very first attempt doing the story, it actually goes into some of these missions, because you can outright just complete these 3 optional challenges during the main story, as the first fight does count. But I couldn't do one more, and plus we gotta fight this guy 2 more times, so hopefully we can complete the last challenge before then. So, let's fight Maguu Kenki once again. Level 83! Now he is the same level as any overworld boss, so he's a lot tougher.
I swear by my sword!
There was an HP bar at the top, interesting. Now, you do actually want to fight Maguu Kenki multiple times, because his drops are very unique, and yet very magical. Now, one challenge actually forces you to get very up close and personal. Like that. Doesn't know like that.
Wind blade!
But you can actually kind of gain iframes here. Jesus, this guy is tough. Okay, it's a lot tougher than I thought.
Let the show be. With the wind!
Oh god, can't use the razor anymore. It's only at 5th. It's only at 50% health. What the?
Keep back! Keep back! Barbados, guide us.
That was so clutch.
Go his way! I'll protect. Keep back!
Okay, here. Okay, let's go.
Get back!
There we go. I'm just gonna showcase this pipe probably just one time. I don't know, maybe twice. Maybe this pipe actually does end up being this short. I do not think this. Yep. 5 minutes. Was able to prevent from him using his little parry attack. I don't think I was able to because he teleported so many times I can catch up to him. Oh, I did. Yeah, I was good. Yeah, basically he has this mask parry attack. Just stay up close to him and you'll be fine. Jean's super helpful in my opinion, because as you saw earlier, she has that her elemental burst is an AoE healing field. That's super useful. So it's definitely worthwhile trying just using Jean if you have her. Any healing is very useful in my eyes.
Ready, steady, go!
So, why do you want to fight this guy no matter what? Well, he has a very unique boss drop known as the Marina Core. If you saw the whatchamacallit, if you remember the power source that we got to activate Maguu Kenki in the first place, well, this is pretty much, as you saw earlier, it pretty much powers up the Maguu Kenki in the first place. Now, be forewarned, this boss, just like this island, is temporary. And this guy serves as any normal overworld boss like Fire of Hypostasis or any of the Regis Vines, or any of the Hypostasis rather, or any of the, or in fact, yeah, even like it's also similar to the Premier Geovision for the Oceanid. This guy's a backfill core and just no overworld boss. He spawns after like 5 minutes. But he drops some very good level up material specifically for one character that has yet to come out. Anyone can guess who this character is. I'm pretty sure anyone can. If you know a bit about future Genshin content coming out. If you want, let's look at this full item description. Cause why not? We earned it. So, this core can power the inorganic Maguu Kenki and cause it to wield a blade-like living being. Flesh decays, and with it decay all martial arts mastery and all poignant memories. Perhaps only by converting one's 4 limbs and body into certain mechanical parts, and by at least sacrificing one very own heart for a sophisticated mechanical one, can one transcend the impermanence of the fleshy form. That's very interesting. So, I want to showcase this boss fight one more time just to complete that last quest. Plus I gotta do a few off-screen preparations, so I'll meet you guys back when he respawns and once I'm ready to fight him again. Alright, see you then. And after a long time of waiting, but I'm pretty sure it'll be only seconds for you, Maguu Kenki has respawned, so it's about like 5 to 10 minutes before this guy respawns. And I was waiting for that so I can actually showcase this fight one last time, so I can conclude the video very nicely. Now, this guy is a mystery in my opinion because we don't know much. She mentioned that the Inazuma was under some sort of lockdown situation as there's something known as the Vision Hunter Tree. Now, I'm kind of gonna kind of get ahead of what's out right now in Genshin and talk about what's to come next. We have the Inazuma Archon quest coming up. We at least got the prologue this update, starring the next main character, Kazuha. If you do not know, he's actually the person that uses this material. This is for sure not the last time we are gonna see Maguu Kenki, as this guy's way too much of an important boss fight to just simply be permanently written off. Like, I don't see that happening
Barbados,
whatsoever.
guide us.
And I'm pretty sure he'll make another appearance, but what exactly his role is, we don't know. A very interesting piece of artwork and a very interesting part that I want to point out in his design is the strings that control them. Who exactly controls this guy, we have no idea. Oh, so I'm gonna heal up real quick.
I'll protect us.
But it seems that something or someone is somehow able to control this automaton. Now, automatons are used. Now, if you wonder what an automaton is, treat it as an automatically moving puppet of some sort. But it has to have been activated by a creator or its owner or something of the sort. So who exactly has the power to control this almighty thing? This weapon of destruction, I like to call it. There's a lot of assumptions. And I want to point out his mask is very peculiar, as this mask also doubles as a somewhat of a shield and uses the good old shield bash. And it's very reminiscent of a similar looking mask that we saw before. I want to say that this is very similar looking to the Yaksha mask. And maybe it's because Chinese and Japanese culture have very similar, because Chinese and Japanese culture both being Asian cultures, they have very similar design or process. It's unfortunate that this is rather similar to the Yaksha mask. We don't know. There's a lot of mysteries in Maguu Kenki, and I'm 100% confident that we're probably going to discover more about it. But listen, once getting a bit of ahead of myself, I have another idea on what exactly Maguu Kenki is. If it just states automaton of unknown origin, it will be a lot more of a mystery as is created rather. But keep in mind it's a humanoid, and the public strings that are on top of it makes him is what causes him to move in the first place. It is very capable of autonomous action, as it is very capable of moving on its own per se. But at the same time, it was pretty much sound asleep when you first saw it. We had to activate it in some way, so it's likely that you can call it a full-on robotic puppet. But I have another idea, and this is a major theory coming up, and I am almost confident that this might be the possibility. What if this Maguu Kenki is a cyborg? And I know such build up into such a lame theory, but hear me out. Cyborgs are not complete robot. They're half robot, half organic. The idea of this being a humanoid automaton is that it's half organic, but it's lost so much of his human parts to the point where it appears to be pretty much full-on robot. But somehow it gained these samurai skills that only a samurai can learn. Imbued with elements of animal and cryo, the first time we ever saw a dual element. The only other boss carrying that is actually Tartaglia, with his Vision Hydro and his Electric Delusion. This is what intrigues me, because this can be very incorrect because of fact contradicting it. The idea of this guy being a cyborg also leads up to my big theory on who exactly is Maguu Kenki, and I believe that he might be related to Kazuha. He might be somewhat related to Kazuha. In fact, I'm almost sure, pretty much like 90% sure, that he is Kazuha's friend that died during a fight to, well, protect Kazuha in a way. If you guys don't know, a bit of story time for you guys. Kazuha is an exiled soldier of an exiled warrior of Inazuma, holding a very powerful animal vision. During an event known as the Vision Hunt Decree, which is still going on to this day, which is actually still going on at the present time in Genshin Impact story timelines. The Electro Archon, known as the Rising Shogun, decided to get all the visions, specifically collect all Electro visions from their vision wielders, either by making them forcefully surrender, or just eliminating them one by one. Now we never saw an idea of, because we saw deaths happen multiple times. After all, the final Archon quest for Chapter 1 showed a renowned treasure hoarder dying from Fontaine dying. But that's just a normal NPC. What happens if a vision wielder actually passes on? Well, Kazuha's friend happened to be a vision holder, and unfortunately, is an electro vision. As such, he decided to duel against some of the people within the higher power of Inazuma, and unfortunately died. The idea of a vision wielder dying kind of goes like this: if a vision wielder would pass on, their vision would be deactivated, and it would have no power whatsoever. We saw something similar like that happen during the trailer when we saw an Electro Vision just outright lose all power, and the Kazuha trailer we saw Kazuha catching that vision and then running away and hiding. Sure, when a vision wielder dies, that vision is gone, for it's lost all power. But do you think a character like that, so close to Kazuha, would just be killed off that easily? I don't think that's a possibility. In fact, I'm pretty sure that his friend will come back as the Maguu Kenki. And in fact, I'm 100% confident almost. What the heck? I'm 100% confident almost that we're gonna be fighting Maguu Kenki again in Kazuha's story after we say goodbye to this. Now, how weird is that? When you can just fight this guy over in the Golden Apple Archipelago, why fight him again? Well, the question lies in what exactly was he doing here in the first place? Why is he in the Golden Apple Archipelago? There were territories of this guy possibly being a Hilichurl, a guardian to fight off the Hilichurls. I think not. I believe this is some sort of weapon created by the Raiden Shogun herself, and she was the one controlling him. As, keep this in mind, half organic or not, if it's half organic or not, there's a possibility of Kazuha's friend being revived in a way, but losing 90% of his organic parts and being 90% robotic, but still have the 10% of his samurai abilities. Now there are plenty that contradicts it, because one, we already have him appearance in the Golden Apple Archipelago. But the second contradiction here makes a lot more sense in my eyes and possibly in other people's eyes. his element. Cosmo's friend used an electro vision before he died, so why does he have a cryo and an animo? Now, well, the animo might be very reminiscent to Cosmo himself, rather. And maybe Cosmo might be able to recognize that, oh, Maguu Kenki wasn't all this time his long lost friend that he lost. But the second part actually kind of falls when but his elements also kind of supports that theory because his second element here is cryo, and cryo usually has a definitive meaning behind it. Anyone who has a cryo vision usually has this dynamic dynamic character arc of choosing one side or the other. We've seen a lot. I've also talked about this before in the Eula Store quest, which I don't think will be out yet. I will be releasing it, but I'm just gonna give you the version of what cryovision rulers usually have to choose between. Then Kaya, you saw him here already. He is a Conria. He is a spy from Conria. Moved to Mondstadt, but was adopted under Diluc's father. As such, the fire and ice dynamic. As such, there is that fire and ice dynamic, which is kind of funny. Also, there's somewhat of a stepbrother. Somewhat of a stepbrother. Or yeah, no, actually no, there are stepbrothers. And now Kaya has this dilemma between choosing his home country or the country of his bond. Or the country where he forged bonds. Next up we have and not just that, but we also have Eula, Chi-Chi, and Ganyu as well, and they all have their own dilemmas to pick between. For Eula, starting off, we have the Lawrence clan versus the Knight of the Knight of Favonius, as Mondstadt was under the rule of the Lawrence clan before their rule was taken down, and the Knights of Favonius is now the new guardians of Mondstadt, the people that leads they're the new leaders of Mondstadt, specifically their acting Grandmaster Jean. Now, Eula is also a member of the Knights of Favonius, but she still has the name Lawrence. She still carries the blood of the Lawrence clan. And she seems to have her mind decided on siding with the Knights of Favonius, and overall, not staying with the Lawrence clan any further. But at the same time, she'll always be a Lawrence to the people of Mondstadt. So she has that inside dilemma of being accepted as the Knight of Favonius or being accepted as a member of the Lawrence clan no matter what. Does she choose the people? Does she recognize herself as the person of her blood or the person of her bonds? Similar to Kaya, but except this is very heavy family matters. If we're gonna find another character that follows that rule, look at Ganyu. Ganyu is a part that is part Qinlin, she is in fact just part of Depthus, part human. And during her story quest, which we did cover, she has under this dilemma of, is she going to be accepted as a human, or does she deserve to go back to being an Adeptus? She can't pick, as she is a hard worker, yeah. She's a very hard worker, which is her human side, but at the same time, she is just as powerful as any other Adeptus. Probably not as powerful as she is somewhat of a half-blood. And not even Xiao, and she actually tries to get trained by Xiao, but in the end Xiao just tells her to do whatever she wants to do. And then she sticks to her human side of things, but she still knows that she will be a part of Depthus no matter what. So she has that going for her. Look at Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi may look like a very young child, but she is in fact over like 500 years old, as she is nothing known as a Shang-Chi, a Chinese zombie with a zombie that pretty much can't control herself unless she has that somewhat of a holy talisman. That explains that talisman on her head. Now, while she may be young, she might not care about too much. Over time, she will, because she lost her memories as who she was when she lived, and as a cryovision wielder, she has to undergo the dilemma of accepting for who she is right now, or would she rather prefer to maybe come back to life one day, so she can actually grow. Literally, like when it comes to her personality wise and physical wise as well. She wants to be strong, but she feels limited in a way. And once again, we have these yeah, there are some examples of these cryovision wielders flip-flopping between sides because they don't know what to pick. And here he is, and here's Maguu Kenki, someone who uses a cryo element and might have to undergo that same dilemma one day. Can he break through the controls of the Raiden Shogun, or will it just be subjected to their control for all its life as a mindless automaton? I think that is an interesting theory, and it might be something that people might want to consider. While there are many contradictions and holes in this theory, I want to hear your guys' opinion on it. Sorry for rambling for all this time. This should not have been this long of a video, but I just want to talk about Maguu Kenki while I could. Also, how coincidental is that things that he drops is for powers of Kazuha? What are the how coincidental is that? So, beyond that, I'm gonna end it off here, and I'll leave you guys with that thought. Thank you so much for watching, and next time we're going to continue on with our adventure in the Golden Archipelago. I'll see you guys then. ACairconditioner signing out. Have a good one, guys.